I wanna leave my footprints on the sands of time. Knew there was something that meant something that I left behind.
Yeah, so about 2 years ago, my junior year, I was diagnosed with hyperactive thyroid, which honestly I had no idea what a thyroid was. But so my thyroid was producing more hormones than what it was supposed to, and it was making my heart go faster. And little did I know that if I didn't go under radiation, it was going to cause a heart attack. My passion for law definitely came from watching my parents, but not only do I want to do immigration law, but I definitely want to do law because I want to be that voice that others don't have. I want to be that help for them. Looking back, the road was tough, but I am thankful for the obstacles that were in my path because without them, I don't think I would be so passionate and have a clear mind about what I want for my future. I have always dreamed of becoming a successful leading attorney and eventually winning a Nobel Peace Prize someday.
Somebody's life, the hearts I have
September 22nd, 2006. On this day, my mother gave birth to my younger brother, Thomas. Having an older brother already, I was thrilled to finally have the opportunity to be an older brother myself. 2 years passed, and the doctor diagnosed Thomas with autism, meaning his verbal and motor skills would be severely limited. From that day forward, my mission in life became Thomas. I want to study neurology, specifically neurological and behavioral sciences, and hopefully end up working at the Marcus Institute of Autism because I have a great opportunity being a resident here in Atlanta and having one of the biggest autism centers in the world. It makes me feel honored because it gives me a purpose in life and it gives me a drive to take advantage of every opportunity that I have. Not only would I have to provide for myself when I'm an adult, but I will also have to provide for Thomas when my parents can no longer do so.
In first grade, I was bullied by one of my classmates. It went on until third grade, and it was something that was so difficult for me that my self-esteem just lowered. And it lowered to the point where in middle school, I became anorexic. I persevered though, working tirelessly through the physical and emotional pain, determined to not let that episode define me. Despite all this adversity, I know that I learned that I'm a strong person. I am stronger than anyone can ever tell me I am. I'm intelligent beyond words, and I am so much greater than I set myself to be, and I know that I can prove that to everybody. I'm independent. I'm going on to things that no one in my family has ever done before. I will be the first person to attend college, and I will go to Emory University. And I want all that to show my family and my friends and other Hispanics that you can do it. You don't have to limit to what the stereotypes say.
I attend Banquet High School, the statistically worst school in Fulton County. I always knew that I went to bad schools, even as a kid, because in a good school, kids wouldn't be disrupting the teacher and running around and things like that. But I'd say it impacted me in a way that I knew that I had to work harder than most people and a lot of people if I wanted to get ahead because I went to such a disadvantaged school. We never had big luxuries. We did enough to get by. We always had, food on the table and all that. But it teaches you a lot when you grow up like that, I guess, about being practical with what you have. I'm very ambitious. I like to set lofty goals, and my parents motivate me a lot. They've always encouraged me to do well in school and all that. It's because of their continued support that I'm going to college in the August of 2017, and I'll always be grateful.
Each day, I realized why my mother worked at Subway, why my father worked at a warehouse, why my mother had to walk 3.5 miles every day to and from work in the hot and cold, why my father grew anxious at the sight of police, why my family couldn't travel anywhere, even Atlanta. They were illegal immigrants. I'm so grateful for my parents because with their sacrifice and support, I'm encouraged to give back to my community for all it's given me. I believe that education is a fundamental key to the child's success. Whether it's in academics, athletics, or community service, My experiences create opportunities for me to learn lessons in order to impact my community and benefit my future. My mom and my dad have both set an example of hard work and leadership in my house. Like, they didn't have much growing up. They're illegal immigrants. They grow up always working hard and never abusing the system. So their dedication and hard work is instilled in me to continue my education so that when I grow up, I do something with my life that actually benefits society and benefits families like my own.
El mundo no era color de rosa desde el principio, and I realized this throughout elementary and middle school. Since I strive to be the best as possible, people would discriminate against me and tell me the usual stereotypes. Shouldn't you be working outside? Or mow my lawn because that's where you belong, just because I was Hispanic heritage. I gave it all I had, not because I resented the people that racially discriminated against me, but because I wanted to make my family proud, and more importantly, make the Hispanic community proud. I have involved myself in the Special Olympics over Georgia for over 7 years, and this would have to be one of my toughest but most life-changing experience, and I regret none of it. Well, first off, I'm super excited to be going to Georgia Tech because, I've been working basically my whole life towards trying to achieve, trying to get into my dream school. And so what I plan to study at Georgia Tech is electrical engineering because, ever since I was a little kid, my father, he works in construction, but, he's had involvement with like electrical engineering, certain aspects, and so that's really intrigued me into pursuing a career in electrical engineering, and because I also like the whole technology aspect because today's society is based more off technology, so I want to try to exploit that.
I was born in a small town located in Zacatecas, Mexico, which is inhabited by almost 3,000 people who have few resources. As a daughter of immigrant parents who did not finish high school in their home country due to their economic reasons, I have learned to value my education and to certainly not take it for granted. My parents came here with very little to give us a better life, and me being a salutatorian shows that I don't take their sacrifices for granted and that I'm taking advantage of the opportunities that I'm surrounded by, and that it's possible for me to take advantage of those opportunities because of them. They're the reason that I am what I am today. I think it's a great way to inspire kids, hey, it's possible for you to take advantage of the opportunities, because many of my classmates, they don't take advantage. They don't go to college because they feel like it's not possible. They don't have the money, they don't have the resources, but obviously that's not true. Anything is possible. And I feel like this scholarship is a great way to motivate students to pursue their post-secondary education. Despite the financial struggles and being a daughter of immigrants without education, I have reached higher heights than projected. I will graduate as a salutatorian of my graduating class while also maintaining a 4.0 GPA. Thanks to the language, economic, and assimilation barriers I had to endure throughout my life, I have acquired the wisdom and vision to see all the opportunities that this great country offers.
The most difficult thing is probably my racial background, because since I play soccer, I've been exposed to a lot of discrimination and stuff of that sort, and kind of lowered my self-esteem, but I eventually overcame it and realized that my ethnicity was more of a benefit than an actual, it didn't hurt me. So I have faced many daunting challenges throughout my time in high school. The most difficult obstacle I had to overcome was the sorrow of failed after failure. My countless failures in academics and sports had once lowered my self-confidence because they made me feel inferior and incapable of accomplishing my grandiose plans in the future. Over time, I learned to cope with these overwhelming physiological fears because I came to realize that there could be great knowledge obtained from each failure. This newfound confidence had led me to be accepted to my college of my dreams, Georgia Tech, where I plan to study mechanical engineering.
I grew up in Brooklyn, New York, where I was surrounded by gang activity. Most of the kids there did not care about school nor graduating, yet for some reason that did not affect my view on school. On the other hand, that actually motivated me to keep going and not end up like everyone else. I would spend my free time sketching out my mom's dream house and telling her that when I grew up, I was going to buy that same house for her. I've never forgotten that, and I still plan to buy her that same house. I know I have what it takes to succeed at college and graduate as a nutrition science major and make a positive impact on the world.
Coming from
being the first in my family to go to college, it's a really big deal. It's a really big deal to me because this is like my dream, and winning the scholarship just like made it all seem like really real, and that's surreal that I'm gonna start in a couple of months. So.
And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we would take the world to its feet.
Usually when I get a lot of work, I always say to myself, I'll do what it takes to get this done. I also devote some of my time being an active club member in FBLA and the soccer team. Notice that most people would say that they need to go to college, while me on the other hand say that I want to go to college. That way I can pursue a higher education and also help accomplish my main goal of becoming a successful entrepreneur. Since when I was little, my parents were always working hard. Like, they were like hard workers, and I completely respect that. And like, since when I was little, like, I've always watched them work. And as I began to grow older, I started to understand why they were working hard.
Coming from a low-income family, financing college will be difficult for me since undocumented students are ineligible for government aid like FAFSA or HOPE. We're strong and we're determined, so I think, you know, if we stop these laws from happening, I think that we're able to reach our goals. So after these laws are changed, I think more Latinos would, you know, be more educated and we'll have a better future for our families. Being part of YEG, which stands for Youth Entrepreneurs of Georgia, has allowed me to take my business and communication skills to the next level. Market Day, in short, is a busy day where students taking entrepreneurship class sell their business idea school during lunch. Well, as a Latina, I think many Latinas like myself don't see the value that computer science brings, but if I bring together and inspire more Latinas like myself, I think that we would actually, you know, make a difference in this world.
I mean, my dad, he was born in LA. He came from a single parent household. His father wasn't around when he was a kid, so his mom wasn't able to support him through college and through his endeavors. He worked his way through college and high school, and he tells me all the time how hard I have to work and how much I have to play the game and keep up with everybody, you know? And my own mother, she came here from Lima. She didn't know the language. She worked menial jobs until she could finally, you know, pick up the language and actually get assimilated. And both of them have always emphasized how important it is to work hard in school, and that's always stuck with me. My exposure to the medical field early on in life spurred an interest in the sciences that I developed through my high school studies in pursuit of my own DDS degree. I hope one day to become a dentist.
Well, I hear a lot of clapping, and I think we need to clap for something else.
Really?
Yes. I'm looking for a teacher named Miss Berry. Can you point to her, to me? Hello, Miss Berry. Good morning. Nice to meet you. My name is Mariela Romero, and I am with Univision Atlanta Channel 34. And one of your former students wrote a wonderful letter about you.
Oh,
and
no.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just think that teachers work so hard, and I'm just one. And everybody in this building works very hard. And every teacher I've ever met has been a hard worker. So for me to receive this, I'm like, oh, it feels, I just feel like I want to give a piece of it to everybody because we all deserve it. Everybody does such an excellent job to keep these children learning and so that they can move forward in life and grow. And I see that. It's not something that I'm making up. I see it every day.
I'll rise up, rise like the day, I'll rise up.
Thank you, Plaza Fiesta. Thank you, Cruz and Associates and Georgia Tech. And thank you, Univision, for giving me this scholarship and for changing my life.